What's up, everybody? My name is Ryan Happyface, and this is 10 Things You Probably Didn't Know About No Man's Sky. Alright, the first one is settings, specifically for the PC. Now, if you look at what's on your screen here, my windowed mode is in borderless, my VSync is turned off, and my max FPS is set to max. A lot of people have been having problems with this game skipping and stuttering when their rig should absolutely be able to handle it. Changing these things should fix that problem for you. Also, setting the FOV to 95 is a good idea because it comes default set to a console gamer setting. Also, the most recent patch added a nice little mouse smoothing feature that you can play around with. Number 2, system types. Now, there are a variety of system types within this game. There are yellow, type G and F systems. Those are commonly barren, they have basic resources, and black holes only go to yellow systems. They will only exit at a yellow system. We also have red systems, types K and M. Now, the resources on these are a little bit more uncommon. You've got a little bit more life on these planets. Then we've got the green systems, type E. These are slightly more trappable planets. You've got a much better chance for rare resources and fauna and flora to spawn on these types of systems. And lastly, we've got blue systems, the type K and type M. Now, these planets are very lush and plentiful planets. They have a lot more exotic resources, that's the purple ones, and they'll very commonly have a little bit more extreme temperatures, extreme weather, and security, but they'll also be much more lush, and they'll have a lot more life in them. Number 3, use free flight, not path to center. Free flight mode will allow you to jump to your ship's maximum, whereas path to center only jumps to yellow systems. Now, using the path to the center, you're not going to hit all of the exotic things that you really want to hit. You're not going to see all that there is to see. You need to go to your menu, press E, and that will take you to free flight, and then you can travel as far as your warp drive will take you, which with a fully upgraded warp drive is somewhere around 1600 light years. Number 4, security. Now, planets with a very extreme security measures that show up in red, often hostile or frenzied, usually have very rare resources on the planet just sitting around. You can see in this one, Sentinels just out and out attack me for no apparent reason, and that's because there's Gravitino balls spread all throughout the planet. You just walk up and grab them off the ground. Number 5, upgrades. Now, ship upgrades as well as multi-tool upgrades go up slowly. So if you're trying to salvage a crashed ship and you are holding out because it's a lot of work to put one together, and you don't want to get one until it's a few slots ahead or it's worth it, well, it's not going to be. The crashed ships only spawn about 1 or 2 slots above what you currently have, which means you are going to have to grind them out. If you want that maximum 48 slot ship, you're going to have to find about 48 crashed ships. As well as multi-tool upgrades, they work the same way. When you find a multi-tool, it's only going to be 1 or 2 slots above or below what you currently have. Now, if you try to buy a ship from someone in a starbase, that's your best bet for making a large jump. Unfortunately, this is a very expensive way of doing it, but it is the fastest way to get a much bigger ship. Number 6, your technology stacks its upgrades upon itself. So if you put all of your beam technology touching other beam technology, it will stack. It'll get a little green or red or blue border around it to let you know that it is being stacked. When you stack your technology, there's a 10% increase to every piece of technology. So as you can see, all of mine is nicely organized. It does take a lot of time to do this because you will probably never find one that's perfectly organized and set up the way you want it to be. But it's worth it to take the time out and redo everything to get it exactly how you want it. Number 7, technologies have tiers. So the bottom tier tech is Sigma, above that is Tau, above that is Theta. There's also Omega technology, though I haven't found any, and it is supposedly extremely rare and hard to find. Number 8, the Extreme Survival Milestone. A lot of people are having problems trying to complete this, and it's because it's not very well explained. To accomplish this milestone, you have to survive 32 complete souls in extreme conditions. Now that's extreme weather conditions. To do this, you have to stay alive without dying, also without leaving the planet, in the same extreme condition for 32 souls. 1 soul is 1 day-night cycle on a planet. Some planets are shorter than others. You don't have to stay in the extreme weather for the entire span. You can take shelter in buildings, caves, or your ship to recharge all of the shields that you're going to need to stay alive. But you do have to stay on the same planet and make sure that you do not die. My advice for completing this one would be to find an extreme weather planet with lots of plentiful rare resources and find a nearby trade center. Farm those resources and sell them to the trade center, rinse and repeat, and do that until you reach 32 souls. Otherwise, if you leave the planet and you ever want to complete this again, you're going to have to start from scratch. Number 9, a quick tip on how to get money early in the game is be a pirate. Once you get a strong enough ship and start upgrading the shields and weaponry, you can fly out in space and attack these cargo freighters. Once you destroy their cargo, it floats out into space, and then if you're quick about it, you can transfer it to your suit inventory to make more room, rinse and repeat, and as soon as you're done, kill the sentinels that showed up and get out of there. Return to the nearest starbase or trade center and sell it. Generally on these runs I make about 500,000 to 1 million units. It's a lot more than I would be able to make if I was just farming minerals. And number 10. Feed the nice animals. If you happen to find life on a planet that has a very moderate type of temperament, perhaps something that's not going to attack you on sight, simply walk up, feed it, and interact with it, and it'll get a nice little smiley face above it. That means that it's your friend. Now if you give it some time, it's going to look around and find a resource for you. Once it finds that resource, it's going to show a magnifying glass above its head and try to get your attention. Simply walk over, pick up the resource, and thank the little monster. Alright, thank you everybody. This has been 10 Things You Probably Didn't Know About No Man's Sky. I'm Ryan Happyface, here to remind you, always put on a happy face, even if it's not yours. Leatherface.